Cedars is the student newspaper at Cedarville. We publish a magazine twice a year, so once a semester, and we publish online stories year-round. I think Cedars is important to Cedarville because even at a place like Cedarville where there's not a lot of breaking news, I think it's still important that students are informed, even faculty too. It's important for them to have a newspaper as well. And I think that's the reason most colleges have a newspaper, is one, for the experience of the students, but also for the benefit of other students and faculty. Just for all writers, I think it's just good to be published for one thing, because you're not just going to be writing stuff to try to pass. People are reading this stuff, so it's good experience. For the first half of the semester, the meetings normally are focused on the magazine, so planning what stories we're going to write for the magazine and then assigning them to writers, and then they get handed off to the designers to work through page design and all that stuff. We proof the magazine, the editors do, make sure everything looks good. The second half of the semester is just kind of transitioning back to focusing on online stuff. So online stuff is going on all semester, but after the magazine comes out, we can focus on that a little more, and the magazine is a good way to get more online readership. Everyone has a very different role. So the editor-in-chief, Bree, she doesn't have a staff of writers. She's just in charge of everything. So she is the last person to see the magazine before it goes out. She's delegating things to designers, to photographers, to writers. She's just managing a lot of the logistics. Photography editor obviously manages the photographers, so is in charge of assigning them the stories that the writers need covered. Designers are working on page design for the magazine and cover design, so they have a very important job. And then the digital editor, which is me, runs social media and posts all the stories online. They all are kind of the messenger from the editor team to their respective teams. Sports, arts and entertainment, campus and off-campus would be the writing editors, and we each have writers who we send story ideas to. They pick up the story. The writers make this thing happen, and writers pick up the ideas we give them, but then they also can come up with ideas on their own, because coming up with ideas sometimes can be tough, especially at a place like Cedarville where there's not a lot going on. So that's always super helpful when writers hear things or see things that they think would make a good story and can do that for us as well. Yeah, so in terms of that, outside of the content, that's the same for all four of us. Go pick up a magazine.